Or years ago, I'd be like, damn, where'd you find this? It was like the same voice though. 88.5 FM, whatever. Anyway, but hey, what's going on? My name is John Guyton, and this is Motivation on Demand. If you haven't been here, welcome. If you've been here, welcome back. Look, you know what it is. Jump in these comments. Go ahead and start chatting so that I know what to talk about. Because here's how it goes. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take your words, your requests, your phrase. It doesn't matter what it is. Whatever you want me to say, put it in the comments, and I'm gonna take that challenge and I'm gonna literally put it into a motivational talk, 3 to 5 minutes, and I'm gonna try to make it motivational. And I'm not gonna do any prep. The only prep is literally the minute or two that I wait for you to say something, to throw a word out, right? Tom, Sarah, Ethan, whatever, whoever, Karen, one of y'all can throw a word out, 2 words, a question, something you dealt with, a challenge, doesn't matter, and I'll turn it into a talk. Yesterday was wild. There were so many words yesterday. Where's my notes from yesterday? I don't know where my notes are from yesterday. But yesterday was wild. There was so many names, so many words. It was crazy. It was a lot of fun though, because I'll tell you, it was one of those situations where you truly, before I start, I'm like, how in the world am I going to do this? Like, how am I going to put these words? It was phrases. It wasn't just words. It was like the origin of the term Oompa Loompa or something like that. It was literally like the deepest, darkest part of the African jungle. It's like, okay. And then pair that with something else. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. So, you know what I need to do? I need to get my glasses out of my bag, in that pocket, that little side pocket. Because if not, then we're gonna have a little problem. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna grab my glasses, and then once I grab my glasses, then we'll be ready to rock and roll. Because otherwise, we got a problem. Thank you. It's magic. Oh, there we go. Oh, we're cooking with gas now. I can see. Okay, so one we've got in the mud. In the mud. All right, there we go. In the mud. Yeah. All right. Cool. That's it. We can. I can do more, but in the mud works. That's it. We're gonna rock just with that one. Yeah, this is what kind of makes it fun, right? Because you're asking yourself, what in the world? Let me adjust this. You ask yourself, what in the world is this guy going to talk about, and how is he going to work in the words in the mud? That's why you have to watch, because I'm gonna. You just got to watch. So, and if you're like, oh, is this like stage? You doing this beforehand? Throw a word in. You'll know what it is. You know how. Well, maybe you don't know, but you're going to find out. Yeah, in the mud. We got this. Yeah, good stuff. Today's Thursday, but it feels like a Friday, to me at least. All right, we got in the mud. We got chaos. Chaos. All right. Yeah, in the mud. Chaos. Absolutely. Okay. All right. Love it. All right. I'm going to throw my own word in there. Dog. Dog. All right. Let's do this. I want you to think about a word. And that word is cost. The question is, at what cost? In your life, you're going to have all sorts of things that are presented to you, opportunities, things that you could do, things that are offered to you, things that people want you to do, things that maybe you want to do. There's all sorts of different options in life, and you have to have some line, like some way to make a decision to say yes or to say no. If you don't have that, you have chaos. And if you have chaos, well, somebody's dictating your life for you. If you have chaos, you're running around from thing to thing without any purpose. Years ago, how long ago was this? Probably a decade ago. Yeah, a decade ago, maybe a little bit more. I was presented with an opportunity to join and compete in the U.S. Sumo Open. This is literally sumo wrestlers. It was in Long Beach, California. You can look up what year it was or whatever, but it was Sumo Open. And so anybody could enter. And I'm thinking, I'm a dog. I'm that guy, right? Like, I'm a dog. I could do, we used to do these board drills and whatnot. Anybody play with me know, like, I was pretty nice on the board drills. I'm like, I could do this. And I looked up, I know what sumo wrestling is. I could do it. I could figure it out. And then I had a group that literally wanted to sponsor me to go into this open. So what that meant was they were going to pay for me to train and to do all the things I needed to do this US Open and to engage in this sumo competition. And if you won, I think the awards were if you got a top ranking, then you got some money. But if you did exceptionally well, then it was a whole list of endorsements and all sorts of kind of interesting things. And I think the idea was that if that was the case, it would turn into a documentary or something like that, right? Like just some random dude decides to join the Sumo Open and that type of thing. No weight classes. So you could have somebody that's 100 pounds against somebody who's 400 or 500 pounds. If you haven't watched sumo wrestling, these boys are big. They big. They are very, very big. I mean, they're big boys. All right. You may get in the mud sometime. You may get in the mud every now and then. They live in the mud. They stay in the mud, right? Period. They're those guys. So I'm considering this, seriously considering this, because I think, you know what? I'm a physical guy, powerful guy. I can do this. I can make it happen. But then I asked a very important question. At what cost? At what cost? And I got to searching online and I quickly found the answer. I started watching more and more of these sumo things. And I'm like, wait a minute. YouTube, you know how when you look at something on YouTube, it'll auto finish? Well, I typed in sumo and it literally auto finished to slap knockouts. I was like, uh-oh, what is this? I click on one, and within seconds, I knew that the cost of entering this competition for me was too high. I saw these 300, 400, 500 pound sumo wrestlers. As soon as, the way it works is one person already has their fists on the ground, and the other person, once their fists, they have the advantage because once their fists touch the ground, boom, the match starts. And so what they did was they would, as soon as their fists would touch the ground, they just slap the life out of the other opponent. Done. Sleep. You ever see a 400-pound man drop, just instantly hit the ground? It's terrifying. I saw these slaps and I immediately knew the cost to do this was too high for me. Now, maybe for someone else it was worth it, but for me, it was too high. You're not about to just rattle my brain around for a sumo competition. As fun as it would be, as amazing that might be, I'm not doing that. It's like you just digging in the box of Cracker Jacks to see what prize comes out. That's not how this thing works. You got to be intentional with what you want. And yes, did I want to go have some fun and maybe compete? Of course, I'd love to compete. Very competitive. Do I like the physicality of it? Yeah, I like the physicality of it. Am I willing to let a 400-pound man potentially slap the life out of me? No. The cost is too high. What line are you drawing in the sand? When you're presented with an opportunity, how do you make a decision on yes or no? I don't know who said this originally, but one yes must be defended over time by 1,000 no's. Defended over time. One yes must be defended over time by 1,000 no's. If you're saying yes to one thing, you're saying no to a whole lot of other things. And for some of you, it puts a whole lot of pressure on you. You're like, I'm not sure what decision to make. I'm not sure. That's because you don't understand your true north. It does mean that you have not laid out what you want. Years ago, when they were trying to do the whole Finding Elmo dolls and stuff, you had to ask yourself, at what cost? Am I willing to wait in line all day for an Elmo doll? You have to make a decision if it's important enough for you to do. But it's not just important. Does it align with your goals? Now, if your child wants an Elmo doll, you want to make sure they get it, maybe you'll do that. But if not, you absolutely won't. It's not something you just do haphazardly. Either you plan the day or the day plans you. Either you set your value or the marketplace will set it for you. And trust me, the marketplace will set the value, and it won't be what you think it is. What's the value of anything? Well, some would say, what's the value of excrement? Which, if my knowledge serves me correctly, I think that's poop. Well, how valuable is poop? Well, ask somebody cleaning dog poop up off the front lawn how valuable poop is. They'll say, oh, it's not that valuable. Ask someone that's analyzing excrement in a lab to potentially save lives and do gut biomes. And then it's valuable. Ask somebody in San Francisco whose job is to clean up poop off the streets. It's worth about $70,000. I think that's what they're paying these days. So it doesn't really matter what the thing is. It doesn't matter what words y'all throw at me. Look, it's going down. But I'll tell you like this. You've got to make sure that you are setting the stage for your own life. You've got to make sure you're making a decision. If I had no criteria, if I hadn't asked myself at what cost, I very well could have changed the entire trajectory of my life, and not in a good way. Maybe I would have been the greatest sumo wrestler to ever live. Who knows? Or maybe I would have literally ruined my life. Maybe I would have been a meme today, getting the life slapped out of me in its own video, and now I'm the guy that got slapped into next year. I'm not in for that. I'm not here for that. What I am here to do is to take your words and turn it into a motivational message. And that's what we did here just now. We took what you said, mixed it with what I said, and turned it into a cohesive message. And the message is this: you get to set the pace. You get to make the rules to your own decisions, right? Look, if somebody says, look, tell me about endoscopic retrograde cholangiopancreatography. Well, you'd have to at first say, I have no idea what that means. I have no idea what it is. I have no idea what it is, but here's what I do know. I'm gonna make a decision to say it. At what cost? Well, the cost is I'm embarrassed because I pronounced the word wrong. I probably did. Cholangio? No idea. Doesn't matter. I decided I was gonna say the words, and I said them. And you heard them. Now, what are you gonna do? Oh, that was so much fun. What are you gonna do? There's the real question. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna tune in next time we do Motivation on Demand? You're gonna come in and give it a go? I think you should. I really do think you should. If you don't know, my name is John Guyton, and if you're also not sure, this is John Guyton Studios, and you just watched an episode of Motivation on Demand. The way it works, you give me the words, I give you the message. If you get in early, the message is baked core into what we're talking about. If it's a little bit later, I got to throw it in and get it in how I get it in. But we're going to make it work. Pancreatography, is that a thing? Taking pictures of your pancreas? It's a medical thing? Who said that? Anyway, good stuff. That was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. This is the point in time where I bid you a farewell. Until next time, that is, on another episode of Motivation on Demand. Peace out. Pancreatography, damn, that was tough. chalangio. I gotta look that up. What did I just say? I gotta Google that. Good stuff though. Yep, in the end, got that in the mud. Chaos.